Hello, welcome to the Physio Inc. 10-step patient guide to telehealth consultations. Thanks for participating in it. And if you're part of the telehealth process, I wish you the very best of luck. There's some things that I want you to consider. Okay, you'll be receiving this guide and it should help you through some of the tech-related issues and serve as a bit of preparation so that your experience is smooth. And telehealth isn't just about connecting online and getting exercises. Look, we make it a comprehensive process of interview, assessment, treatment, planning, execution of treatment, and the supply or possible supply of an ongoing independent exercise program between your sessions. Okay, our therapists are very, very creative and can utilize your everyday environment, everyday tools in your house, in your home, in your workplace, to assess and provide subsequent treatment. It's really a cool thing. I've done them, I've seen them done, I've participated in them, I've helped train them, and it is an amazing process. Okay. For kids, they're always on devices, and this platform is absolutely fantastic to get their engagement. And this is our 10-step guide to preparing for your telehealth consultation. Okay. So when to prepare? It's really good to prepare early on for your consultation, and as soon as you receive your telehealth link to your therapist's room, do start planning. This is because there might be some things that you need to do in order to make the experience better and more smooth at the time and make your time more efficient and make the therapist's time more efficient. So you might need to do such things as updating your browser if your computer's outdated, altering your environment, testing lighting, and remember that your therapist is always a phone call away if you need any help in the preparatory process. Okay. In terms of web browsers, for best results, we recommend for your telehealth consultation that you use Google Chrome. So a telehealth consultation is very, very much like this, except we get more active when we start moving our arms around, and we use a particular telehealth platform called CoView, C-O-V-I-U. You'll be receiving that link to that platform, and again, it's best to use Google Chrome on a desktop or laptop. Okay, Google Chrome on a desktop or laptop. If you need to use a mobile device, Google Chrome on Android is amazing. However, on iPhones or iPads, you will need to use Safari. Okay. In terms of other browsers don't have the security and privacy concerns that CoView wants to use. So CoView, the CoView telehealth platform, is our choice. And the reason why it's our choice is it's a very, very simple web-based platform that uses revolutionary privacy and security technology developed by the CSIRO here in Australia. The privacy aspect of CoView is why it is amazing. And as long as you use some simple steps, it's very, very simple to actually use and do on the interface. So CoView uses Chrome on those devices as described because they have the security considerations. On iPhone, you need to use Safari. Whichever browser you use, try to make it the most recent version. Okay, try to update it. In terms of device and internet capability, as I said, you can use a desktop, laptop, or smart device. You can actually even switch between. Sometimes your therapist want to take you outside or want to go onto the floor, might want to check things out and move around the house to look at different aspects of your world. So you'll need internet speeds that are able to handle things such as streaming Netflix or YouTube. That's a kind of a really easy way to think about it. And you will need, of course, a camera on the device. That is obvious. You'll also require a microphone. It's good to use a plug-in microphone. It minimizes back-end noise, but you can use the inbuilt microphone on it. In terms of preparing your environment, it's important to prepare your environment through the process. Having 3 different surfaces, like a table, like a dining table, a dining room chair, and a coffee table, are kind of 3 different heights that you might want to use, because you've got to think that depending on the assessment process and what you're going to be going through, you might need 3 different things that your therapist will use. And make sure that those services are steady and that whatever the camera is, it will be able to provide a variety of different angles. With the surface that you're sitting on, make sure that it's stable, it's non-slip, and that you've removed all trip hazards from it. In terms of depth depth perception gets a bit morphed on telehealth. You can't quite see what's close and what's far away, especially as you get further away because the camera doesn't pick it up. So depth perception may be a challenge. Ensure that you've got really good lighting from the front of you and minimize backlighting. So if you're having the camera this way and you've got really bright windows behind you, it can be cause a bit of a contrast issue. Having some space available potentially on the floor, on a floor-based area is good, not because the therapist is just going to throw you onto the floor, but they might get you to be moving and doing different types of movement analysis to check out and how to assess, diagnose, and check on treatment. And if you do need to do floor exercises, of course, use a yoga mat or a towel if you want to. In terms of preparing yourself for the consultation, be confident. It is just one of our friendly therapists helping you with your health over the internet like this. It's a simple process, all right? It's important to be wearing comfy clothes that you can expose the areas so that they might be able to see different hip movements, knee movements, ankle movements, shoulder, elbow. Shorts and a singlet is a good idea that will really help us see all the different body parts. Ensure that you've got any imaging scans and reports available. If you can have these available, you can pass them over the internet, and again, it's secure and private. You can send them through to your therapist. Okay. The only catch is using Safari, you can't screen share a report. Okay, you can't screen share or send, so you can only do that over Chrome. Just so you know the limitations, you can always email it if you need to, and your therapist will let you know how to do that as well. Switching off external distractions such as televisions or radios are important. Background noise is annoying. Children should be watching SpongeBob in the other room. Children, SpongeBob, other room. So they're not running around, so you can really get the most value out of it. Safety and support. Above all, we want you to be safe and we don't want any falls. Our therapists will not require you to do anything that they deem or you deem unsafe. They're going to be asking you, how you feel through the whole process and making sure that they've got an emergency contact if you are home alone during the process. If you require assistance, from a care worker or a family member, who is potentially trained in transfers, they should be present, and we will find a time with you and them to have the session. And if you don't need a support person, you might elect to have one present anyway. Make sure they get and say hello to the therapist, that they know who's in the room. Having an extra person is always fun. They can often hold the camera and make the session faster. All right, accessing your telehealth consulting room. You'll be sent a link to your relevant therapist's telehealth consulting room prior to your appointment. And please go to this room where you will have a virtual waiting room. Your therapist will be ready at the time of your consultation, and they literally walk you in digitally. It's kind of weird. You're sitting there, you listen to Frank Sinatra or pop music or whatever you want to listen to. You can change the music when you're in the waiting room, and they will invite you in. Hello, Mary, come in for your session. You might be asked to move between different devices. So if you're on a desktop like I am now, you might move to a mobile device, which is as simple as you just press leave on one room and you go to the link on the other room. It is so simple. You just need that URL, which is the web address of the room on whichever device you're going through. Should anything go wrong, CoView have a wonderful online support box that can assist our therapists and you with working out connection problems like bandwidth, internet speed, browser settings, etc. They've got about a 3-minute wait when you're on the platform, and they will help out. Your therapist is also there to help you on the phone. Phones still exist, they're great. And finally, enjoy your consultation. It's a wonderful experience. It's a different experience. We can use the camera in really interesting ways. We're also going to be using, potentially manual therapy and hands-on therapy, believe it or not, to get you over the hump. So you may also receive a PDF of handy things to use during your telehealth consultation to have you prepped. Anyway, hope you enjoy it, and good luck to you, and thank you for choosing Physio Inc. To do your telehealth. Adios.